In this video, I'm gonna show you how to use an elastic band to improve each and every shoulder stretch you can do where your lats are involved.
The flexibility guy, Coach Elia.
Shinzuo Sasageyo, guys. I'm the flexibility guy, Coach Elia, and today I'm with Viola because together we're going to show you why you can use an elastic band like this to drastically improve the stretch of your shoulders. But before I start, since we'll be talking about shoulders flexibility, how not to mention my book, Shoulders Range, which is the complete playbook you can use to master your shoulders flexibility with plenty of exercise in here. And you can check it out following the link in the description down below. With that said, let's start. Alright guys, so we're going to demonstrate the 3 exercises here, but I do think that I should mention how to use this band here. So look at this, it's really simple. You do want to put the band around your elbows. Look at this, like this. In each of the exercises we're going to be showing you throughout the video, we're going to be using this technique. So you do want to make sure that you're using the elastic band around your elbows exactly like this. Clear? Let's go. Alright guys, so let's see how to use the elastic band around your elbows to increase the stretch on your shoulders, especially on your lat muscles. Alright, first exercise we're going to do is the pullover stretch. So you need a weight and you need kind of a chair. I'm going to use a chair. You can use a bench or whatever that's similar to a chair, because you do want to put your back on the chair in this case. Now, the area you want to put on the chair is around your shoulder blades. So your shoulder blades have to stay on the chair in this case. You wrap the band around your elbows. Can you see that? All right. So the band is around the elbows. Now you grab the weight, all right, prone grip in this case. So just facing forward with your palms, all right. As you can see, the band is wrapping the elbows. As Viola is going to go into the stretch, the band will strongly pull the elbows together, allowing her to experiment a strong stretch in the lats area, all right, in the lat muscles. So let's go. Go down, you remain high with the hips, there's the first variation. Elbows straight. Why are they straight? Because there's the band over there. And for people who struggle with shoulders and lats flexibility, this is excellent because the band will pull the elbows together, allowing them to stretch the lats and the shoulders much deeper way. All right, so again, now this is the first variation of the pullover stretch, all right, where you keep your hips in line with the rest of your body. But there's a second variation. Now Viola is going to demonstrate here. You arch your back. It's kind of the same, shoulders above the bench always, all right? You stabilize your shoulder blades, you stabilize your shoulders, you push your hips down, and as you push your hips down, you open your shoulders as well. Kind of the same. Here you're going to open through the shoulders and walk on your T-spine as well. And you come back up. Let's do another. So you open through the shoulders, you walk on your T-spine, you go down with the hips, go down with the weight, and you come back up. On the last one, you can remain there in the stretch for a little longer. So you go down and you remain in the stretch for 6 to 10 breaths, 6 to 10 final breaths, where you open through the shoulders, you breathe and you push your hips down, your hands down, thanks to the weight. You do want to feel that the weight is pulling you down, all right? After 6 to 10 breaths, you come back up. As you are in this stretch, remember, every couple of breaths, you do want to try to further relax into the stretch, pushing your hips down more, pushing your hands down more, and going into a general deeper stretch. All right, so another exercise where you can use this wonderful band to drastically improve your stretching effect is the lat stretch with the chair or another support. And now Elia is going to demonstrate this. So you do want to wrap the TheraBand around your elbows, all right? Because there is where your lats will pull during the stretch. So tight lats pull your elbows here, all right, in flexion, because they are tight and they pull the elbow down as you go into the stretch. By placing the band right over there, you're going to be able to keep your arms straight, and this is going to improve the stretch a lot. So basically, what you do want to do here is this. This exercise here has been covered in another video of mine, but now we do want to explore the basics, all right? During this exercise here, you want to do this. Palms facing down to start. Now, as you can see, the band is really pushing elbows one against each other. Now, to create the stretch, you do want to start from this position, from a neutral hip position here. Then you do want to turn your feet to the side, all right? Slowly, not completely maybe, but maybe also a little less than that, all right? It depends on your level of flexibility. Start with a little, then go until you can turn your feet 90 degrees out toward your left, for example. If you turn your feet toward your left, you're gonna stretch your left side, all right? Now, to create the stretch after your feet, you do want to turn your hips. So this is what creates the stretch, the hips. It's all about the hips during this exercise here, all about the hips, all right? So turn your feet, turn your hips, all right? Then, as you feel the stretch here, you do want to maintain a neutral torso position. So can you say like this line? The shoulders are not moving down. The shoulders just remain here. And then you want to shrug this shoulder here up, all right, toward your ear. As if something is pulling you in this direction. So you do want to push this arm towards this direction here. And maybe with this arm, you just want to press a little against the chair just to pull this arm further into the stretch. So, two main things during this stretch here. Pull your shoulder toward your ear, engage this area here to try to stretch this area here as much as possible, and turn your hips to the side. This is going to create the stretch on your entire lat muscle. This is amazing, I love it, all right? So, you're gonna find the stretch better here because you got the TheraBand, all right? And the TheraBand is going to squeeze your elbows together, all right? And allowing you to find a deeper and deeper stretch. Of course, you can use the same kind of concept on the other side. So you want to turn your feet toward your right. You're gonna stretch your right side in this case, but the concept always remains the same. You do want to start neutral, then you do want to turn a little your feet, turn a little your hips. You do want to go gradual here, so don't turn your hips all the way, all right? Just slowly turn the hips as you feel that you're stretching this area here, all right? So it's about pushing your hands and your hips in opposite directions. So your hand goes like this and your hips go like this, all right? Opposite directions, creating a strong stretch on your lats. This is wonderful, guys. And thanks to the TheraBand, thanks to the band wrapped around the elbows, you're gonna feel the stretch like crazy. All right, guys, so let's see the last exercise for this video where we can use an elastic band to increase this stretch during a shoulder flexibility exercise, this particular case on a lat stretching exercise, all right? This is going to be really similar to the pullover stretch, but it's kind of different because here we're going to be having our hands fixed and we're going to move our hips to create the stretch. So let me show you how to do that. So first, always, now you need a couple of chairs or something similar. So you need something to grab with your hands and something under your shoulder blades to stay on. Now, wrap the band around your elbows. This is really important, guys, all right? So this is the main concept we do want to follow because that band allows you to find a deeper stretch and not to compensate for the stretch because the lats, as they get tighter and tighter, they want to pull the elbows down, they want to bend the elbow. and the band is going to fix that. Now, you want to grab the support behind you. Hips level, shoulders level, so it means that if you got your shoulders here, you gotta grab the support at the height, at the exact same height of your shoulders to start with, all right? First progression. Now the elastic band, can you see like the tension here? I love it because this is going to pull your elbows together and allows you to experiment a really, really deep stretch. Now from this position here, to create the stretch, you got two main ways. Just let's see the first one. You want to push your hips down, hips down, hips down. You want to get lighter and lighter on the feet, all right, and move your hips as down as possible. Now you want to make sure that you are opening through the shoulders and you're not flaring your ribs out. It's not about flaring your ribs out. Of course they will go out a little, but try as much as you can to keep your chest in, all right, to kind of do this, so to keep your chest, your front ribs as much in and to open through the shoulders. Here, keeping your arms straight. Now, as you get better, you can come up with the hips a little, all right? Go down with the hands. So, for example, can you say, we started here. Now, what if we put the hands there? Same, hips down, but it's going to be stronger on the shoulders. Like we increase here. Of course, we're gonna decrease a little bit here because it's not gonna be the same. The stretch here, it's gonna be way more. But since our attention is not only in the hips, in the thoracic area, but also in the shoulders, by moving the hands down, like we increase here. Of course, we're gonna decrease a little bit here because it's not gonna be the same. The stretch here, it's gonna be way more. But since our attention is not only in the hips, in the thoracic area, but also in the shoulders, by moving the hands down, we're gonna be focusing a little more on the shoulders. So here's the rule. If you bring your hands down, you're gonna increase the stretch here on the shoulders. If you bring your hips down instead, you're gonna focus here on the thoracic area. Simple rule you can follow during this stretch to attain significant shoulder range of motion gains, all right? So hands down or hips down, it's the same. The elastic band, can you see how it's pulling? Perfect, all right? So you want to squeeze your elbows together as you are in the stretch, all right? And this allows you to find a deeper and deeper stretch. This is excellent, I love it. You can stay here 10 to 20 breaths. Every couple or 3 breaths, you try to get a little deeper into the stretch. She can move down a little. So hips up, hands down again. Can you see? Just explore how far you can go with your hands and down again with the hips. Can you see the height? Now it's substantially higher. Why? Because there, the stretch is much more intense, all right? So remember the rule, hands down equals to more shoulder stretch, hips down equals to more thoracic spine stretch. All right, guys, so these are the top 3 exercises you want to use to increase the stretch of your shoulders and of your lats specifically with a simple elastic band like this and a couple of chairs or weights. Just minimal equipment, but amazing shoulders flexibility. Do these exercises here to drastically improve your upper body shoulders flexibility, etc. all right? But now I know that you may have a lot of questions, a lot of doubts. Maybe you give one of these exercises a go, maybe all these 3 exercises a go, and you got something to ask. I strongly encourage you to leave a comment down below because I'll be really happy to answer to all your questions. Also remember, if you enjoyed the content, you can leave a thumb up. It's free, but only if you enjoyed the content, all right? Guys, with that said, that's all from the Flexibility Guy and Viola. Have a nice stretch. See you next video.